Holy crap, Marvel fans, an insider just gave us answers to some of our most burning questions about the future of the MCU. And this mostly has to do with Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, but it also touches on the 838 universe and the future of the multiverse. This stuff's pretty juicy, man. Let's break it all down. Okay, so first up, I should mention all of these answers come from an article done over at the Cosmic Circus. This article is by Alex Perez, who has proven himself to have pretty good sources and be very reliable with inside information. And again, the article focuses on Wanda Maxamoff and answers questions that fans have about the future of the character. We're all really curious after Multiverse of Madness and the end of that film where she appears to destroy every copy of the Darkhold in the multiverse and then get crushed by all those stones as they were collapsing. But many of us, because it's comics and because it's the Scarlet Witch, we're like, nah, man, she's not dead. And even Kevin Feige has sort of hinted at that. Well, now we're getting some answers, and it's really, really crazy. So what actually happened to the Scarlet Witch at the end of Multiverse of Madness? Well, according to Alex in the Cosmic Circus, Wanda did survive the end of Multiverse of Madness. And he says the simple answer is that the 616 Wanda is still alive and in the 616 universe. Apparently, their sources have told them that Wanda Maxamoff is currently in a dormant state at the end of the Witch's Road. The Witch's Road is an alternate dimension within the borders of our known universe, similar to that of the mirror dimension or the dark dimension. They want to talk about the fact that the existence of this Witch's Road will be revealed in Agatha Coven of Chaos, and then there's even going to be a Witch's Road special, which is said to be similar to the Werewolf by Night special. Now, according to Alex, Wanda herself is not said to appear in either one of those projects, either the Witch's Road special or Agatha Coven of Chaos. And frankly, the Witch's Road special seems like it's going to be a prequel to even the events of WandaVision, and it's going to involve a bunch of witches either first discovering or maybe first creating this alternate dimension known as the Witch's Road. Coven of Chaos will likely explore Wanda being alive, perhaps even looking for her or trying to discover the Witch's Road in that show. Now, there's another spin-off of WandaVision in the works called Vision Quest, which is supposed to be the white vision that leaves after the events of WandaVision, and it's said to loosely adapt Tom King's The Vision comic book run. And in this run, Vision makes himself a wife and uses the brainwaves of Wanda Maxamoff to be his wife, which I know sounds a little crazy, sounds a little messed up, to be honest with you, but if you're familiar with Vision in the comics, this totally makes sense, as Wonder Man's brainwaves were used to first create the Vision. And Wanda, who had first been involved with Wonder Man, became in love with the Vision. It's a really messed up thing too. Either way, with that show being adapted, it's possible they will explore the idea of Wanda in that show to some degree. Now, apparently, Monica Rambeau will be talking about the Scarlet Witch or mentioning things about Wanda even in the Marvels movie. Probably not going to be super impactful to the canon, but a nice little thread, I guess, for people that liked the relationship that they had in WandaVision. It also came out this week that there's a rumored project being developed around Billy Maxamoff, and this is probably something that will lead into the Young Avengers or Children's Crusade project, which I believe will actually be what the Scarlet Witch solo project is about. And Alex discusses this in the article as well. He has heard from sources that we are getting a solo Scarlet Witch project, but in the article they say that there are merely ideas for this project on the table, and I think because it's Marvel and there's a lot of moving parts and things that they're doing on the fly, they probably can't commit to a Children's Crusade project or even a solo Wanda project until they have a better idea of what they're actually doing. Now, just to add a little bit of my own speculation on here, I think Wanda is something of a replacement for the Molecule Man from Jonathan Hickman's Time Runs Out event and his Secret Wars. And the TLDR on that is that the Molecule Man, who was this crazy powerful reality warping being, well, it turns out that being was actually a bomb placed in every single reality within the multiverse, and the purpose of this bomb was to blow up the entire multiverse. So essentially the Beyonders had a way to just destroy all of the multiverse instantly, and that was through Owen Reese, the Molecule Man. And then famously, and I think very important for where this might go with the MCU, Doctor Doom actually discovered this and destroyed one of the Owen Reeses and causes, I think, the very first incursion that eventually destroyed the multiverse. And Doctor Doom is also able to go around the multiverse and capture a bunch of Owen Reeses to create a big crazy bomb that he uses to actually destroy the Beyonders and steal their power to then save what he could from the multiverse and create Battle World. And one must wonder, with Kang potentially being the Beyonder in the Secret Wars movie for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is Kang going to do something similar? Is he going around to gather up all of these different versions of Wanda to have the power to be able to fight against the Beyonders? I'm not really sure, but it's rumored that Kang, or a Kang variant, is actually the person that wrote the prophecy about the Scarlet Witch in the Darkhold, and apparently it's in every version of the Darkhold throughout the multiverse. And we also just got a crazy new 4chan leak that talked about how Wanda Maxamoff was actually going to be working with Kang in the Kang Dynasty, which would be bananas, but also would track with what I'm talking about, with the fact that Wanda might be this Nexus being, this sort of replacement for the Molecule Man, and something really unique and powerful within the multiverse. And frankly, I think Marvel's still trying to figure out exactly how all of that ties together. I think they're doing rewrites on Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty, or rather they will be doing rewrites as soon as the strikes are over. And so I think that's a big part of why they can't just commit to another Wanda project, because they need to figure this out a little bit more. Now, the information reveals don't stop there, because in the article, they also talk about variants of Wanda popping up throughout the multiverse saga, and I find this to be fascinating. In the article, they mention that Marvel is aware how popular the Scarlet Witch character is and how important she is to the Marvel Studios IP, and they plan to explore that character through multiple different variants via the lens of the multiverse saga. For instance, Wanda is said to appear in What If Season 2 and in Marvel Zombies. And they even mentioned that Wanda could appear in the X-Men 97 show, which would be really freaking cool. And the last bit of reveal has to do with Deadpool 3, and it's fucking awesome, dude. So first up, we've been on sort of a roller coaster ride with, like, will Wanda show up in this movie or not? And Alex is presenting here more evidence that she will. In fact, the Diz Insider did this huge list of all these different rumors that they've heard as far as cameos for the film, and they put on their list the Scarlet Witch, and they said in their video that they heard from really good sources that Elizabeth Olsen will be reprising her role as the Scarlet Witch in Deadpool 3. And Alex says in his article that there's particular interest from Marvel to further explore the 838 universe that was established in Multiverse of Madness. And those same sources told him that 838 was coming back in the Deadpool and Wolverine film. And then there's a potential setup to the universe's status coming in a project later this year. And let's just stop there, because even though they're not talking about it, we know what that is. That is the post-credit scene for The Marvels, which is said to have Monica Rambeau enter the 838 universe and confront her mother, Maria Rambeau, who's Captain Marvel, and of course this will be played by Lashana Lynch. Now, they go on to talk about in the article how 838 being in Deadpool and Wolverine will just show us how important the events of Multiverse of Madness really were, and that the death of the Illuminati members that happened in Multiverse of Madness drastically changed that universe. It is said that it left a massive power vacuum and threw the entire world into disarray. Alex says that 838 would now be a dystopian future led by a handful of individuals who were related to the deceased former Illuminati members. And they deem the actions of Doctor Strange and Wanda from 616 in Multiverse of Madness as a declaration of war. Multiversal war. But how does the 838 Wanda, who seemed to just be a mom, tie in to this power vacuum and the changing of 838? Well, according to Alex and this article, Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto is going to be one of the people that takes up this power following the deaths of all of the Illuminati members in Multiverse of Madness. Apparently, it will be established that Magneto from 838 has a father-daughter relationship with Wanda of 838. Now, he can't confirm whether or not he'll be her her actual biological father or if he's just a father figure to her. But nevertheless, he will assume the role of her guardian and protector. Magneto is going to be a member of 838's new Illuminati with Wanda at his side. Alex's sources draw a parallel to the relationship between Ian McKellen's Magneto and Famke Jensen's Jean Grey during X-Men The Last Stand. That's what you should expect between Wanda and Magneto in the 838 universe in Deadpool 3. And so it looks like you're going to get Wanda from 838 in the Deadpool 3 movie, and that's just fantastic because the idea of multiversal war starting, the idea of her being this very powerful, important being in all universes throughout the multiverse, I think that's all not only on the table, but will be further explained via the plot of Deadpool 3. And I also absolutely love how Multiverse of Madness is going to be so much more important than people first realized, and the 838 is going to continue to play this really big role in the multiverse. I love that. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So, of course, let me know what you think about all these crazy reveals with Wanda and the 838 universe and just the multiverse in general. Would love to know your thoughts. Smash a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And if you want to ask me anything that we talked about in this video or just anything nerdy in general, come on by the live streaming channel, man. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.